Hello and welcome to another episode of Knitting Out Loud. This is my channel where I share about all the things that I've been making, and I'm back with a normal weekly project update today. I have finished one object since the last time you've seen me, and I have a few whips to share as well as some yarn that came in. So let's jump right in. My first finished object I don't actually have here to show you because they have been gifted, but I made my mom a pair of Shorty socks for her birthday. She was just here visiting us in Seattle for a few weeks, and it was a wonderful time, and she was here over her birthday. So I challenged myself to make a really fast pair of socks that I thought she would like, and I made the flea stitch socks by Summer Lee, just using stash that I had. I used Knit Picks for the main red color was Knit Picks Hollyberry, and then the heel, toe, and cuff were in Knit Picks Dogwood Heather, and then the contrast color was Cascade Heritage in Highlighter Yellow. So I started these June 1st. I made the first sock in like 24 hours. The second sock was a little slower. So I finished them June 6th. I made those on US 2. And I have to say, socks go by a lot faster on US 2. It's my second pair of socks that I've made on a size 2 needle. And it's because they were color work. I usually only go up when it's color work, but boy, went a lot faster than one. If you happen to watch my planning episode for my summer knitting, you already know that socks are going to be the main event for me this summer. And if you did not catch that one, last week I went through kind of in real time brainstorming all my summer knitting plans. So one of the patterns that I was thinking of as I was brainstorming for socks this summer was the Seafarer Socks by Summer Lee. I have her book, The Sock Project, and I absolutely love the way that she plays with color. And she had these socks, which she had done as a sample in a neon, and they're a cabled neon sock. And so I have a lot of neon yarn in my stash, and I wanted to make a similar pair. I don't necessarily always trust my own color picking skills, so I really like when there's a designer that plays with color a lot in their samples that I can use to match things up or get inspiration for how I could pair colors together from my own stash. So these are all one color, but these are the Seafarer socks. I have one sock done. I should put it on a blocker here. It has not been blocked, but they're kind of short, like a mid shorty. It has a really simple but pretty, hopefully that's focusing, cable pattern. The yarn I'm using is Cascade Heritage in Highlighter Yellow, which is the same color I used for the flea stitch in my first pair of socks. I have plenty left over, so I thought I might as well use it up and it would be pretty. This is a super intuitive, easy cable pattern. I'm like actually impressed with how quickly this was going. The cuff is a like half twisted rib cuff, which was fun. I don't think that I have a pair of socks with that style cuff, so I think that it is very pretty. And these will be just so cute with like sneakers. These are on US 1. First sock is done, and then I am almost ready to start the heel flap on the second sock. So they are moving right along. I'm using a little beer mug stitch marker. And here's the yarn. So I have plenty left, and I'll still probably have plenty left after, at least for another set of heel, toes, and cuffs on another pair of socks. I'm keeping these in a bag by Nona Pearl Creations. It has a fun little library book theme. It's just a simple drawstring bag. I like this because if I take it out places, like we went on a date night, my husband and I took this out and could just hang it up on a hook like under our table and knit when we were out. So I like it a lot, and it's very like foldable, so I could just fold it down and throw it in a bigger bag or whatever. That's those. All right, and then the third whip that I'm going to share today is my soft current tee. This is a pattern by Wool and Pine. I feel like I have been working on this forever, and I am so close to being in the round. So last time I showed this, I had not yet connected the back. I had started the back shoulders, but it wasn't connected yet. So I was probably like right here somewhere in this line. So since then, I have connected the back and shoulders and gotten all of this knit. I'm gonna hold it up here to see if you can kind of actually see the back panel. And I think I have maybe 2 inches left before I will be ready to join in the round, and I am so excited. This project is starting to feel a little bit stale to me because I really had to put the brakes on after a while. It was a little rocky start, but now I feel like I'm like totally in tune, knock on wood, with the pattern, rocking and rolling. It has just been more of a time constraint where I haven't had all the time to knit that I would like to. So I've been really focusing to try and at least get like 2 pattern repeats done a day. I think that that is doable. And then hopefully once I get in the round, I can maybe up that a little bit because I will be able to, I don't know if I'll be getting through rows faster, but I won't have all the purl rows, which tend to slow me down a little bit. So I'm still trucking along on that pattern. The yarn is Yarn Nouveau, is the maker. And then the base is their Bliss sock in the color Seaside. It is a superwash merino cashmere nylon blend, and it has been really nice to work with. I'm really enjoying the yarn. Hoping that I have enough left over to make a pair of socks. That is it for projects, but I did have some yarn come in. Nitty Natty is hosting Sock Week in July, and she released all of the yarn, accessories, bags, all of those special items for Sock Week this year. And I saw this and I just had to have it. This is by Slam Fiber Co., which is in Canada. It is called Garden Party is the main skein. And then Goldenrod is this little contrasting skein. And I really love it. It is just so beautiful. I loved everything that was released for Sock Week. When I saw this, I just knew that I like couldn't pass it up. So I have it. It is a 4-ply fingering weight yarn and merino nylon blend. Again, from Slam Fiber Co. So I'm probably going to get this wound up before too awful long, and I'm thinking that I will do the Vanilla is the New Black pattern. The vanilla sock, but the heel pattern is different than anything that I have done before, and I learned about that pattern from Nitty Natty through her podcast, so I'm hoping to check it out. Other than that, we have had a busy few weeks around here. The school year is wrapping up. We have had family in town, and things have just been moving super fast. So I'm excited to get into summer, slow things down a little bit. We don't have any big travel plans coming up, but we do have visitors coming in and out. So excited to get into a little bit of a relaxed vibe for summer. And I'm feeling super inspired to knit right now. Like I wish that I had 8 arms and could just be knitting all the projects all the time, because right now that is like my one holdback, is I have not had the time to give to knitting that I wish I could, but that's okay. It feels good to feel inspired about making, because for me that can tend to ebb and flow, and so whenever I'm feeling really good about it, and like it's just a nice feeling. That's all I had to share today. I hope that you've had a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.